Imagine being born in the tropical wetlands of South America, surrounded by calm waters yet stalked by deadly predators. Today, you'll discover what it's like to enter the world as the largest rodent alive, the capybara. Wetlands of South America, in regions like Brazil, Venezuela, and Colombia. Your birthplace is a dense patch of reeds near the banks of a slow-moving river. Capybaras are the largest rodents in the world, and you arrive in a litter with several siblings. At birth, you already have open eyes, teeth, and a full coat of brown fur. Unlike many animals, you are precocial, which means you can stand, walk, and even nibble grass just hours after being born. This adaptation gives you a better chance of surviving in an environment filled with predators. Your mother stays close, and so does the herd. Capybaras are social animals, living in groups that usually number between 10 and 20 individuals, though sometimes herds can reach up to 50 during the dry season when water is scarce. From the beginning, you are surrounded not just by your siblings, but by uncles, aunts, and unrelated adults who all contribute to vigilance and protection. Safety comes not from being alone, but from sticking together. The world around you is filled with dangers. Jaguars, anacondas, caimans, and large birds of prey constantly search for an opportunity. As a newborn, you are especially vulnerable, but the adults form a protective barrier around the young. Even in your first hours, you understand a basic rule of life in the wetlands. Always stay near the group and always stay near the water. Within your first weeks, you begin to explore solid food. Capybaras are herbivores, feeding on grasses, aquatic plants, and bark. You nibble on tender shoots and practice chewing with your constantly growing teeth. Like all rodents, you're incisors. Never stop growing, and chewing tough plants keeps them worn down to the right size. This diet is high in cellulose, which is difficult to digest, so you develop a special behavior called coprophagy. Eating your own soft feces to redigest plant fibers and extract more nutrients. It may sound unpleasant to humans, but for capybaras, it is essential for survival. Life in the herd is a constant balance of feeding and vigilance. Adults spread out to graze, but one or two always remain alert, scanning the sky for hawks or the forest edge for jaguars. You begin to understand alarm signals, short barks, whistles, and clicks that tell the group to run, freeze, or dive into the water. Communication is the glue that holds the herd together, and from the start, you are learning this language of survival. Water is your ultimate refuge. When danger approaches, you follow the adults into the river, where your webbed feet and excellent swimming ability give you an advantage. You can dive and stay submerged for several minutes, hiding among reeds with only your nostrils above water. The river is both your home and your shield. It is where you will always return in moments of fear. By the time you are 6 months old, you are almost half the size of an adult. Your body is barrel-shaped, your legs are short but powerful, and your fur is coarse, blending with the muddy banks of rivers and ponds. You graze for hours every day, often at dawn or dusk when the heat is less intense. The group moves as a unit, and you are learning how to follow their rhythms. Adolescence is a time of exploration and play. You chase your siblings through the shallows, wrestle on the grass, and practice swimming longer distances. Play is not just entertainment, it builds your muscles, reflexes, and social bonds. Through these games, you learn your place in the group and prepare for the challenges of adulthood. But adolescence also brings more risk. Predators see you as a prime target, large enough to provide a meal but not yet strong enough to resist. A sudden strike from an anaconda could end your life in seconds. In one encounter, you narrowly escape when your herd rushes into the water, the adults circling to protect you. Each scare teaches you the same lesson. Your life depends on the herd and the river. One day, while feeding on tall grasses near the riverbank, you notice silence falling over the wetland. Birds stop calling, and a ripple moves across the water. Suddenly, a caiman lunges out of the river, jaws wide, targeting your sibling. Chaos erupts. Adults bark loudly, the herd scatters, and everyone dives into the water. The caiman misses, but the fear remains. Encounters like this are constant reminders that danger is never far. Predators shape every aspect of your life. Jaguars stalk silently through the forest, relying on stealth to ambush. Anacondas lie hidden, waiting to coil around the unwary. Harpy eagles circle above, capable of lifting a young capybara with powerful talons. Each predator forces you to remain alert, to listen for alarm calls, and to stay close to cover. This constant threat has forged your instincts. You graze carefully, often lifting your head to scan the area. You prefer feeding near water where escape is possible. Over time, you understand that your species has survived for thousands of years, not through strength or speed, but through vigilance, cooperation, and the ever-present refuge of rivers. By the age of 1.5 years, you are nearly full-grown. You weigh around 50 kilograms and stand about 60 centimeters tall at the shoulder. Your social world is now clear. The herd is led by a dominant male who controls access to mates and defends the group from rivals. His authority is shown through scent marking, vocalizations, and displays of dominance. As you mature, you start to feel the pull of hierarchy. Young males like you test each other, sparring with mock fights, chasing and barking. Occasionally, these contests escalate, but for now they establish ranking without serious injury. The dominant male keeps order, breaking up conflicts when needed. You watch him closely, learning how authority is maintained in capybara society. Adult. Life is still centered on grazing and swimming, but reproduction becomes a driving force. The dominant male mates with most females, but sometimes subordinate males sneak opportunities when he is distracted. You begin to feel the tension of competition and the instinctive drive to prove yourself. The cycle of survival now includes the cycle of reproduction. Eventually, you reach an age where you challenge for dominance. The battle is not as violent as among predators, but it involves displays of size, scent marking, and sometimes direct fights with teeth and body slams. If you win, you gain control of the herd, becoming the new alpha. Your reward is both authority and responsibility. You lead the herd to feeding grounds, decide when to swim, and defend against rivals. As leader, reproduction is now a central part of your role. You father many young, ensuring your genes pass on to the next generation. Each litter strengthens the herd, and you see in your offspring the continuation of your line. The survival of capybaras depends on strong leaders who can protect and grow the group. But leadership is constant pressure. Rivals challenge you, predators threaten, and the herd depends on your vigilance. Every day, your authority is tested by both nature and other males. To hold your place, you must remain strong, alert, and respected. By the time you reach 6 to 8 years of age, your body begins to slow. Your teeth are more worn, your fur is thinner, and younger males begin to circle, watching for weakness. Eventually, a rival challenges you, and this time, you cannot hold your position. You are forced to leave the herd, the authority passing to another. Life as an older capybara is solitary and dangerous. Without the herd, predators see you as easy prey. Your swimming skills still help you escape, but your reactions are slower. Food is harder to find alone, and the constant tension of vigilance wears you down. In the wild, old age is a rare luxury. 1. Day, while feeding near the reeds, an anaconda strikes. You fight, kicking and twisting, but your strength is not what it once was. Slowly, the coils tighten. Your life ends as part of the eternal balance of the wetlands. Yet your story is not tragedy. Your offspring live on, the herd continues, and the rivers of South America echo with the calls of new generations of capybaras.